Yeah, it's not a comeback. He's been drinking for years. So, what's up, y'all? It is now another episode of Bruh.
And it's not months later.
Yeah, we actually are trying to be on a good schedule, like we said last time. We are actually trying to be good at this.
This is moments after we posted that last one. Right?
It's the same night. It's the same night.
This is before we even posted that one.
Yeah.
I hope it does at least 35 views.
It should. We're pretty good at it. I mean,
I'm just guessing though.
you guessing what?
How many likes and views we have like a couple weeks from now?
So this new episode we just has 35. So y'all need to step y'all game up and keep watching them on repeat or something.
Like it on other accounts. Like
Oh, so if y'all
accounts.
ain't noticed, we got somebody else is laughing. We got a special guest.
Oh, yeah.
If you would like to introduce him, Eric, since
This is my good buddy James.
Hello.
He's a writer guy.
Oh God.
he's a writer
you don't have
guy.
Rockets connoisseur.
Oh Jesus, don't.
Batman enthusiast.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. I'm still pretty upset about both, but that's fine. Let's
Aquaman
go.
special.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't like Aquaman?
That's the first person I saw when I looked that way. So I threw him in.
I am okay with Aquaman.
I liked the Aquaman movie. It was pretty good to
No,
me.
the Aquaman movie was great.
Just the Aquaman character you're not a fan of.
Outside of Peter David's run, not
I
particularly.
was surprised they went so like authentic with his costume in the movie.
Yeah, it was weird.
I enjoyed it.
It was kind of weird to see an actual.
No.
How do you say it? Homage to the original? Is that
Yeah.
the right word
I
to
have
say?
a
Like
friend-
to have
Some
green-
people say homage. Some people say homage. I don't know.
Homage.
it's homage.
Yeah, it's homage.
It's a honor
People
to
that
be
say
here, guys.
homage.
It's an honor.
Honor.
It's
to be.
it's an honor homage to the original.
Well, I know,
Say humble. We're humble.
I
Yeah.
know somebody who his only gripe with like Logan was that he was never in the yellow and brown
Oh my
costume.
God.
I'm like,
Fuck
that had
off,
nothing
dude.
to do with anything. in
Nobody
the movie.
cares.
Yeah.
He's like, nah,
Nobody
just,
cares.
that's the only thing that would have made it better. Like,
It's
no.
just like, okay, yeah. Like
That's
you
just
would-
you. I
Nobody
think.
cares about that.
You know what else would have made Wolverine better is if they casted a fucking short, 5-foot, fat Canadian
Danny
hairy
DeVito.
dude instead of Danny DeVito would be a better fucking Wolverine than
Danny
Hugh
DeVito.
Jackman.
The
Yes.
shit out of
I
it.
would have preferred Danny DeVito as the Pikachu character.
Hey, asshole! It's me, Wolverine.
How awesome would that have been if he was like the new Pikachu?
We've been
Pikachu
watching
detective?
Goldmember in the beginning part. And
It's fucking me, mini
when
me.
I think about him every time, like,
I'm
hey,
fucking
asshole!
mini me.
It's me, Wolverine. Like announcing his character
He's like
every
holding
time.
a cigar and like firing a Tommy gun up in the air. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Wolverine doing?
Yeah. No, it should have been. Anyways, so either way, Hugh Jackman is great, but he's not fucking Wolverine. So
He's tall, right?
Yeah, he's too tall to be Wolverine.
He's real
anyone
tall.
over 5'5" is too tall.
Too tall to be Wolverine. Thank you.
Like, goddamn.
Damn, I'm even taller than Wolverine.
Yes, you are, and you probably look more like him anyways. Dear foot.
I got this. I got these. If you just cut it,
Just the beard.
you got a bomber nose.
You don't want none of this.
You don't want none of it. You don't want this
She
shit.
got upset with me earlier because I said a bad word when I was downstairs trying to find the effing volume.
I told you it was a plus and minus button.
I know,
told you.
but it was like on the soundbar. You said it was on the TV, and I was just like, "What the?" And I like went all. I felt like I was dusting off dust.
And she's just behind you, like,
And she's like, "What the H?"
Ah.
And I-
you said H?
she didn't. She didn't.
You're an H sayer?
But just know that I could have. Now get back downstairs.
Yeah, you gotta go play your games.
Yep.
You're doing
You
grown
can
up
be
stuff.
up here, baby girl.
Turn all y'all 3 into Pokemon.
No Pokemoning us.
I'll be no. Pikachu sucks. I'll be Jigglypuff.
He's Squirtle.
No, never.
Ne-
Pikachu.
Burpasaur.
Get out of here.
Burpasaur.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You got. We talking
You gotta
grown up
go,
stuff.
baby girl.
Just
You don't
for-
want none of these
I
subjects.
like
like
your
a
little
li-
ascot
a
thing.
little bit of
That's
time.
cute.
Right there's good.
Don't close it.
We're scared.
We gotta let the puppy out. No, don't close it.
Don't close it. Elisa's
Right
coming.
there.
No,
That's
no
fine.
worries.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I said she's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, H
This is,
her.
I like how this is on the podcast.
Yeah.
Actually.
This
People
stinks.
in their
No big deal.
kids.
Just what, how old
You
is
hear
she,
them
7?
yelling at that one of their children?
She's what, 7?
This will be edited out.
Yeah.
We are gonna edit.
What?
Yeah, we gotta
Hey,
edit
listen.
the last like 3 minutes.
There
of that
we
shit.
go.
There we
Restart.
go. Back on track. Okay. Alright, let's do a reset button.
Yeah. So
Resell.
James, I am a vocal
Yes, sir.
artist, Erik is a artist. And what is your specialty, sir?
Like, what do you do? And I'm like,
So why are you here, James?
Hey, you got to get to the point, man. Let's get to it.
So,
Who the H let you on here?
I'm a writer.
Let's get to it.
I graduated from U of H with a creative writing degree.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
But yet here I am trying to make comics.
Hey,
It's what I love. I mean, I've
exactly. Do what you love because that's where you make it.
Yeah, I've done poetry and short stories, and I just love comics. It's how I learned to read. I worked in a comic shop for 8 years. I mean, I love all forms of literature, but I really do appreciate the narrative of comics.
That's
and
what's
like
up.
the bridge between like the reader and the work, and how there's that like connection that is only possible through comics, if that makes sense.
Which shop did you work at?
So I worked at DNA for like 8 years. DNA Comics.
Where was that?
In Humble, it's next to the Chili's, which I don't mind giving them a shout out.
Oh, right down the road, right by
Right down the fucking
right by
road.
59.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
59,
I've been in there
1960. Like,
Is it
right
still there?
I'm
It's
afraid to
still
go back
there.
in
It's
there.
It's still
why,
there.
Why are you afraid to get what?
Cause I pulled a dick move
You
and
pulled a dick move?
yeah, I
You
asked
pulled your
him
dick out at a
to
comic
order me a
shop?
comic book, and I was like, "Hey, dude, y'all don't have this comic. Can you order it for me?" So they ordered it, and then I came home and
You
realized
never-
I had that
you
comic
never
already.
went back.
Hey, thank you,
I got
guys.
news for you. That's the
You
name
send
of
a thank you note?
That's the name of the game in retail, man. You think you're the first person ever
And
Houdini
so
at a retail
he
shop?
called
come
me, was
on,
like,
man.
"Hey, dude, I got that comic. Anytime you want to come pick it up?" And I was just like, "Okay."
You know
Somebody
what I
must have
would?
delivered
But
it because I have it already.
Cancer. So all my money's going towards the cancer.
So
You know,
I
what's more
kind of
important?
felt like a dick about that whole situation.
It's like people who like
It's
call
fine.
in an
No,
order
like,
for food and then don't ever go get the food.
pretty much.
I
pretty
worked
much.
I worked there for 8 years, and I saw all the things and all the excuses, and man, it's just retail, bro. Like, now it sucks because it's like, and I'll say this for all the 30 people that actually end up listening to this, like, if you do shop at like small,
Just pull it down a little bit. There you go. There you go.
if you do shop at like your local retailers and small time mom and pop comic book shops, don't be a dick. Like, if you order something, like, just go buy it.
Yeah, Zay.
Don't
like-
look at me like that, Erik. I said it.
Because it's like, it's
That
gonna
was
hurt.
directed at
I've
right
come
down.
to a realization
And
that
it's
it
just
was a
like,
dick
no,
move.
it's funny because it's just like you're not the only person to do that, and I'm not saying you're an asshole because
the only
of it.
piece of shit that did that.
Kind of
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Either way, all I'm saying is like, like, it happens, and like there's so many reasons that makes people like bow out of things. All I'm saying is like when it comes to like that kind of particular shop, that's a hobby shop specifically there for you for that reason. So when you go in and you're like, hey, I want this accommodation, and then people are like, yeah, you know what, we can make
We
that
will
fucking
do that for
we are
you,
one of the
just
few
for you.
places
We
on
trust
like this
you.
isn't Barnes and Noble, like we're gonna order that bullshit book that no one wants because
Yeah.
you want it, and as long as you come and get it, and then you don't go get it,
You know
and
what
they're
the
like,
worst?
okay,
I'm going to
well,
tell you
we're
what
out.
the worst part of that comic book was. Is that it wasn't even the Power Rangers comic book that was the part about
You
it.
ordered a Power Rangers
Hold
book?
on, let me finish.
Hold on, no.
The
Now
boom,
you're an
the boom,
asshole.
the boom- yeah, it was
Holy
the Pink Ranger
shit.
series.
Oh my god! It wasn't even like it wasn't
And
Jason
that's-
or
and
Tommy
that's
or
what-
like
no,
something
and
like
that's
no
what they-
Kimberly.
and
I want a fucking Kimberly book.
Can you hear me
Are
holding?
you
Can they hear me holding my
fucking
face?
kidding me?
And that's why I felt so bad about that whole situation.
Okay, look, like I'm all about the empowerment of women, and like you kind of
Hey,
haphazardly tried
hey,
to
I
show that
watched
by
it when I was
ordering a book you didn't fucking buy from a retailer shop
But
that had
now
to
they
bite the
have
bullet
it.
on it.
But, what
But
if
anyways,
some girl came into that shop afterwards and she's like,
and
"Oh
was
shit!"
like, oh
and
shit,
saw
a
it.
Pink Ranger trade.
And it was
I'll
on
fucking
this
buy
rack
that
because
shit.
of
Yeah,
this
cool.
hero here.
Yeah, he's the hero.
I'm all about empowering women,
he's,
man.
He's the hero
Did-
retailers don't deserve, but the
Have
one
ever-
that they often deal with.
No one
I have a
deserves
kind
me.
of funny comic story. I don't remember the name of the comic shop, but it was the one that's on Montrose. That was on Montrose.
Watchtower.
It was close to
Bedrock?
maybe it was Bedrock.
I don't know, man. I've worked at the comic book
it became
shop
like
and-
a witch shop afterwards.
a witch shop.
It's
Oh,
it,
like
it was
metaphysical
on
shop.
It was on Montrose, close to Westheimer,
That's fucking.
and there was a
cool.
little comic shop right there.
Okay.
And I went there like periodically with my dad. And so as I started getting like my own ride, I like 1 year I was like, I haven't been over there in a while. I wonder if it's still there. So I went, and they were
You're supposed to hear us, princess.
and there was like a truck outside, and I was like, oh, okay. I walked up, and man, I've been here in a long time. And I was like, "You guys remodeling?" She's like, "No, we're actually today's our last day open." I was like,
You asshole.
and then like it was very somber.
Like, no, we're losing our livelihood. asshole.
actually,
I was like, I'm sorry, I can. She's like,
we
"No."
can't even fucking pay rent.
She's
So
like,
get the fuck out.
She's like, everything's like 70-80%
Dick.
off if you want to go in. I was like, "Oh, I mean, yeah, I'll go
You're
in."
You're like,
I went in and
Yeah.
like I'm
and
just
you're
like,
oh wait, no wait, I don't believe
I'm
in any
getting
of this
shit
shit.
that I don't
I'll
need,
peace
like
out.
Simpsons comics and stuff. I'm like,
It's like I don't believe in God. I damn sure don't believe in witchcraft.
no,
Yeah.
no shit. I'm like in the aisle
Fuck this shit.
looking over. One of them starts crying,
Oh my god.
and the other one goes. And I hear her kind of slightly. She's like, "Now they come." I'm like, that's
Oh my god.
and I went like sorrowfully slid my comics across. Like, I'll
Oh
pay
my god.
$5 for these 8 comics. Thank you.
You can't like look.
Guilt trip people. That's
Yeah,
bad,
you can't
dude.
guilt people into making
Now they
sales.
come.
I mean, that's
now
like,
they come.
that's
Like,
like
please.
when you start guilting people into buying things. That's like the bread and butter of like failure in the retail business.
Well,
So that's why I'm
I think
telling
failure
you, like,
happened already.
yeah, you ordered that fucking Pink Ranger book, and no, you didn't go fucking get it, and yes, that makes you an asshole. But what I'm saying is that that store is still around.
Thank
and like,
you.
and like, you know, there's also like you're forcing them to have inventory on their shelves that they would never have on their shelves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
go
like,
pick
and-
up that goddamn comic tomorrow.
Better go
I
goddamn
have
pick up
two
that
of them
goddamn
now.
book. All I'm saying is like it doesn't always work out
It was
against them.
$3.
They
No,
blow,
you're
they
talking,
blow
you're
off
talking
the
about
dust.
one issue, and like that's what I'm saying. Like they can shrug
It's
off
like a
one
shit
issue,
list
no fucking
shelf.
big deal.
Yeah. It's not
That's
like
not
I
what
ordered
no,
a damn statue with like $300.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
nah, I
no,
don't
that's
need that.
well, but people do that shit though.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
for real. No, I'm talking about like trades or hardcovers or like shit
Mhm.
where it's just like comic stores. Like you think about the average clientele and their subscribers if they have the subscriber thing
Mhm.
going. Like, sorry, you think about shit where people like, okay, we're gonna get this many copies, blah blah blah, and like maybe we'll get like 1 or 2 of these for the shelf, and then you come in and order some off the wall shit that they're like, well, that's not even, we would never have ordered that, but like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
And then say you don't come pick it up and it goes on the shelf. There's a very small percentage that they might actually sell the book off the wall.
Yeah.
But if they do, they joined, you know, like they have new clientele. So at the end of the day, it's still retail, and it's just like you have to have product in the store to keep clientele and to get new clientele. You have to have new shit.
Mhm.
But so like I'm saying, don't feel bad about one
Oh, I've
fucking
been
comic
feeling bad
book.
Well, that's what he was trying to do. Was like
Shut
make sure they
shut
like
the
had
fuck
like
up.
female,
Shut
strong
the
female
fuck up.
role models.
Stop
there.
making
Everybody
excuses.
knows Trini's way better than fucking Kimberly.
Can I
anyways.
get that
Get the
Michelle
fuck outta
Obama comic book, please? Ah, you know what? I got
was
to.
Yeah,
better.
those moments like the ones where she's like all cut with no arm fat whatsoever.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you know what? I got 3 of them at the house. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Just keep it though.
So let's get to the meat
Yeah.
of this episode.
On to something else.
Where are we go? Oh, so let's just get it out of the bag. The biggest news is this past week is Game of Thrones was on.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Finish my drink and I'm so
We have to wait. You gonna have to wait until we're done.
Oh man.
You had a whole drink.
A whole orange juice.
We're not gonna be recording that long. Just like 4 hours.
It's like 3 more hours, just a little.
Just like, you know,
Just be
save your
Be
spit.
patient. Be
Yeah.
patient. We'll
That
be honest.
coffee just coughed up, save that and swallow
Yeah, don't
it.
waste it.
Put that in a cup and
spit
drink
it
that
out.
later.
Do not spit that out. You fucking bound it up. I'm sorry. Go downstairs.
That's why we
This
told
is
you
where
not
you're
to come
supposed
up
to be
here.
downstairs.
You're in the
Yes,
bad zone.
I know.
That's
I brought
why-
you a book. Go read it.
I brought you a book.
That's why we told you not to come up here.
But James, we have that book at home already.
You do not have that.
We
book.
don't have that.
I will beat your ass.
Leave
least
the part
we're on the
in
same
where James accosted my daughter.
No.
You
Straight up,
No.
fucking threw an F at her.
God.
Get the fuck.
Get the downstairs.
It was so perfect. I'm like, God damn. The fuck.
So
I'm so sorry.
The
Let's-
wind just hit her like.
Oh.
Don't cuss at me.
That F stabbed her in the face.
God.
So let's get to the meat of what we're supposed to be talking about. It's
Alright.
real issues.
Okay.
Like, so this
Game of
past
Thrones.
week was,
Here we go.
Game of Thrones, of course. The final season, final episode is done. And before we even start talking, let's go down the line. James, did you like the last episode?
You know what? Fuck the internet. I sure did.
Eric, did you like the last episode?
I'm
Honest.
not sure yet.
All right. I liked it. I had no issues the last episode whatsoever.
All right, can I go ahead and tag in on this?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, here's the thing. I accept the fact that people are upset about the pacing and execution
yes.
of the last season.
It was
and
rushed.
I absolutely
Totally was
agree with
rushed.
that.
Yes.
It could have easily been 10 episodes for the season, and
Yep.
and all the character, decisions and all the things that were like. Honestly, the biggest thing that pisses me off more than anything is Jamie, because
That was so stupid.
well, and the only reason it pisses me off more than anything is because him and Brienne should not have slept together.
It made no
That
sense
felt
to the
kinda
story
thrown
at
in.
all.
No, I get the fact that
After
like
you see
you
one-
win the war against the Night King, you find
You and your feelings and
and all this shit, and like that was such a good episode, and it was well done, and they didn't show them actually doing it, and they cut away at the perfect time. But then you immediately, the next time we see Jamie,
He's leaving to go
He's
back
leaving
to his
her.
sister.
which is no, I mean like that was, but I mean like that was always going to happen. So the fact that they didn't have the luxury of flushing that out and showing his transition
Yeah.
back to that it was immediately from like fucking Brienne to like leaving me
I'm
and
mad.
going back
I'm
to my
back to
sister.
bad person.
That was the biggest
It was
flaw
rushed.
of the
They should
entire
have had
show.
him maybe kiss her and then just be like,
No, because
I
well, no,
can't,
they
or
led it to
something.
believe that he was going to fulfill the prophecy and that he was going to kill Cersei. Because there's a whole thing about the book. I'm not going to go into all that.
That's
Anyways,
what I wanted to happen.
It was like even if, and then like it ended with like a bunch of bricks falling on, where it's just like even if he had like murdered her in mercy,
Stab her
like
while the
stab
bricks are
her
falling.
before she got buried by a fucking like pile of bricks, or like choke her before a fucking house fell on her or whatever. Like there were so many things that they could have done that they just passed up on. Aside from the fact that like he should not have slept with Brienne, and come to find out, the actor who played Jamie, I always forget his name. It's like
I don't know none of their
Danish
real
or
names.
He's
something.
got a lot of name.
He's got a lot of name. Anyways, he was actually fighting with the writers the entire time, so I have to give him credit for that because he was one of the ones that was actually saying that he should not sleep with Brienne.
Yeah.
And so I find that like that's comforting because that was the biggest flaw of that entire plotline. Outside of that, the rushing and the if you've watched the entire series from start to finish,
It's rushed.
and you feel that everything that happened was a surprise, you are a fucking dunce. Because everything that happened in the final season had been prophesized the entire fucking series.
I had forgotten most of like
so
the
it's just like,
foreshadowing.
so like
they
if
did.
you feel like it's just fan service and all this shit, it's like you are a fucking dunce.
Yeah, they
Because,
had
like,
her. They had her destroying. Well,
like
Well, it was always
Arya killing the
a
Night King.
possibility,
Even
right?
people are like I know people that are upset about that because like it should have been John and like all this shit. It's just like what the fuck? Arya was
how many
like,
more
he's not a-
moments
he's not
does
that
John
much of a killer.
actually
for
need?
real,
Yeah,
for
he
real.
doesn't
Yeah,
need to
no,
be the one.
those are
I'm
just
glad it
fucking,
wasn't
those are
him.
dumbasses.
Yeah, he's had all the moments.
I feel like those are just people that
It
hate
should've
women.
he fucking came back to life.
It
There's
should've
not a
been-
bigger moment than that.
They should have had Bran was pretending to be, in the chair the whole time, jumped up, stabbed him. Like Dumb and Dumber 2.
You almost made me spit on my fucking
He's just like staring.
It's like king me,
Gotcha,
bitches.
bitch.
Yeah, no.
And then he just like takes
No,
his
but
head
I
off,
mean, like
puts it on his.
everything from I didn't like the way that they like Daenerys' turn was like very sudden. It wasn't that it was out of character; it's that it happened so fast that it kind of didn't make
I
sense.
would tend to disagree with that because if you watch it, you can slowly watch her getting more paranoid and more
Yeah,
paranoid
this
No,
about,
last
for sure.
season it
about
built
the
up.
people around her.
No.
And so when she saw whatever her
what's
goddamn
face
name
to
was,
get
get
her
her
fucking
freaking
cut
head
off.
cut off.
I know, yeah.
That was
and
the
we're
tipping
bad people
point.
for not knowing
That was the
I
that
can't
was the
remember her
straw.
name.
I can't either.
That was the
Either way,
straw that broke the camel's back, where
I just-
she was just like, "No, I'm done. I'm tired of being the nice person. I'm blowing everything the fuck up."
Yeah, and her last words were Jakaris. So I mean,
Yeah.
it was foreshadowed with that. And even if Martin doesn't write the books that way, like it was in
But
the
that's
show,
what people
It's
are
a definite
failing.
possibility.
Wait, that's what people are failing to understand. Is he had a say in this ending? He told them, "This is how the story is supposed to end. This is what y'all need to do."
Well, no.
There you go.
I don't think it's a matter of like this is what.
But he
This-
told
this
them,
is-
"This is how I have my story."
No,
ended."
he says these are the few plot points that lead to the end, and they can bridge the gap however the fuck they want. And I definitely think they took their liberties because there's no way that what he writes in the books will be even fucking close
Oh no,
to what happens.
It's been like expedited like crazy.
So I mean, yeah,
he's adding unicorns to the story.
I mean, whatever.
watched
A
that.
form of
All
unicorn.
I'm saying is that like it's
Is he?
it's
Yes.
one of those things where
That's
it's like
kinda cool.
I'm not gonna read the fucking books because I don't fucking care and fuck George R. Martin.
Because you
But
take it too long.
I like the show.
He's old.
Is it like can you bitch about things? Of course you can.
But
Was
you can
the
bitch
ending
about
perfect?
anything.
No, but did the ending make sense?
So what makes me mad is
Abso-fucking-lutely.
people
people are butthurt and
people
I don't
went
fucking
and
care.
watched. People saw Game of Thrones and went, "This ending sucked. Everything about it was bad."
It didn't suck.
But
That's
yet
not true.
again, everybody went and watched Avengers Endgame and freaking loved it, and I freaking didn't like it.
I
was
won't
okay.
say I didn't like it.
I
but
didn't like.
I'll
They
say
had
I
too
liked-
many plot holes
I
in
liked-
that story.
I liked Infinity War more.
Yeah,
Yes,
Infinity War was
Infinity
better.
Wars was way better movie.
Okay, so can we just like segue to Avengers real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I would much rather talk about that than fucking.
That's why I brought it up.
Because everyone fucking hates Game of Thrones. Whereas
I used to work in radio. I know how to segue.
I'm just saying, like, I'll say this to end that discussion. I get everyone's complaints, but give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
If anything happens,
If you can do better, go do better.
well, it's
That's
not
my
even-
whole
it's-
thing.
It's not even that. It's just like plot point wise. If you think it should have been any other way, you clearly haven't been paying fucking attention to the show. Like even Jamie, even though the execution pissed me off, it wasn't out of character.
You knew he was going back to
The only thing that
Cersei.
pissed me off, and I hope George R. R. Martin fucking takes a notice of this, was that don't let Jamie sleep with Brienne because it only ruins her character. It doesn't change
Yeah,
his.
yeah. It makes her seem
that's all
weak.
I'm gonna say.
It makes her
That's-
seem weak. to
Out
me.
of all the shit that happened, that's the only
out
thing
of the
that
way
really
he
pisses me
treated
off.
her, the way he treated her, there's no way
Yeah.
she should have slept
Like
with him.
nothing would have changed if they hadn't slept together.
The only thing he did redeeming was stopping her from getting raped, and that was it
No, Jamie redeemed himself
for her
by
towards
spite-
her.
No, not even.
Yeah, he
not
did
towards
come
her.
back.
Jamie redeemed
Like, he-
himself by he saved humanity.
Well, he seemed like
from
he
the
was
Night
coming
King.
around,
He
and then
traded
he's like,
sides.
"No, I'm going back."
He saved humanity, and then the minute that threat was no longer a clairvoyant threat, he fucking reverted right back to, well, I guess
I
I'm
thought
gonna
he
go
was
home
going
and
back to
fuck my
try to like
sister.
help stop bloodshed,
I thought he was gonna go home to murder Cersei.
or like to try to end it without more
My wife
people
thought
dying.
the same
The
thing,
way
and I'm telling her the
I
whole
saw
time
it was
that
like,
no, he's
no
not.
one's gonna murder my sister but me.
Yeah.
Just
Anyway,
like no one's gonna fuck her but me.
anyway, Endgame.
No one's gonna fuck or murder my sister but me. Okay, back to Avengers. Here we
Yeah,
go.
Endgame. No, I'm gonna give that a thumb sideways because it wasn't
I enjoyed
the
it.
ending. So Hulk didn't get any of action. Like he did not get to redeem himself against Thanos at all. He got his ass whipped in Infinity Wars in the beginning and never got to redeem himself.
Who?
Hulk against Thanos,
Oh,
and I don't like that
fuck
because
Hulk.
he's the goddamn Hulk.
Yeah.
He should at least got to fight him a little
Where
bit.
was he in the
Captain
Endgame?
Marvel got to fight him more than the Hulk did.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll say this, and I'm not like I identify as a feminist, and I appreciate her agenda and all that kind of shit. Brie Larson is a fucking potato.
Ah.
She cannot act for fucking shit.
I don't know how
I
she
love
won the
I
Academy
love
Award.
Captain Marvel, and I support the character, and I don't mind her as a person, but as an actress, she's fucking awful.
Where was the Hulk in the last fight? I don't remember.
He was all messed up. Remember,
Oh yeah,
his arm was all
he
messed
snapped.
up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he was out of both fights.
man, come on. Bro.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
By the
like
way,
that.
For me, I'll say
I like the
this.
end fight, though.
So
Infi-
okay,
Infinity
explain this
War-
to me. How did Nebula know how to use the time machine
What do you mean?
when she broke into the Avengers?
Wasn't she linked to the other one?
Come on, man.
I mean, that was
She
a whole like
She was.
like story element was they
She
were
was.
linked. They
No,
were
she
sharing
was-
like a neural net.
They literally shared the same brain.
That's why she knew what was happening with Thanos.
Yeah, that's not hard.
She's like, he knows what's
how
happening
did she know how to use it?
because they showed
the
Nebula how to
Nebula
use it.
didn't use it.
But they
She
were all
never
there.
used it.
Nebula did use it.
She was there when they were going back in
traveled
time.
Back in time.
But she didn't use the machine.
She still knows the
No,
principle of it.
you can-
Oh, okay, look. No, look.
Work my board then. Work my board. You see me work my board. Work my board.
I'm trying to remember.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what
You
you're
can
saying.
sit in the same room and watch somebody do something.
I
That
think-
doesn't mean you know how to use it.
I think that's. I mean,
How did Thanos bring his whole army through the goddamn gate?
I get what you're saying. That doesn't bother me. That's like
That bothers me. You can't make a good ass movie like Infinity Wars and then just rush the fuck out of Endgame and not explain plot holes like that.
It did feel more rushed than Infinity War did.
It also.
How did Captain
it
America
also
end up where he
dragged.
ended up at the end?
I can explain that.
Please do.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, all right. So just follow me down this rabbit hole. It's kind of long-winded, but it actually does make sense. I don't like the fact that they had to explain themselves, and even when the directors explained it, they still fucked it up, and it made no fucking sense whatsoever. So here's the thing: when Steve Rogers goes back in time, he takes Mjolnir and all the Infinity Stones, puts them back when they need to go, and then he returns to the original timeline ahead of it with Peggy. He never comes back through the portal. So when you see Steve Rogers as an old man, he's been there the entire time. So like he lets himself, the man who's frozen in ice, do all the things, because that's the same Steve Rogers that ends up going back in time to live the life parallel to his own life.
So he makes sure it's where it needs to be each time?
No. He doesn't do a goddamn thing. He lives a happy life with Peggy.
I mean, the stones.
So he's been watching all this shit go down this whole time.
But he kind of has to, right? For it to
He
go
has
the
to.
way it went.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
He
Yeah.
has, yeah. So there's two Captain Americas. That's how it works. That's the only way the timeline makes sense. Do you feel me? You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Because you can't do it. You can't do it any other way. That's why you never saw him come out the other side.
So he walked up to the bench and sat there and saw all that go down. He saw the original Captain America go through the time machine with the hammer and go back and place the Infinity Stones and all
If
that.
you think about time displacement and relativity, he probably would have appeared the moment that he walked through. Because that's
what created him.
That's what created that Captain America.
So at that time,
So in his own timeline, he sat there and it just popped him in?
It's not popping in. He basically like lived his life and then walked up to the bench and sat down at the same time that Steve Rogers went through the portal.
I guess so, because him going through the portal
'Cause he
is the only
saw
reason
it
he could
coming.
have sat there.
Is that why they had the Hulk explain that goddamn stupid ass time travel shit in the middle of the movie?
Yeah.
No. Well, okay, kind of.
You gotta
It
explain
wasn't
time.
stupid. It was the whole point was that they were trying to set rules for time travel to like.
We already know the rules of time travel. We watched Back to the Future.
But Back to the Future. is total
I'm just
bullshit.
joking.
They did
Back
reference
to the
that.
Future is total bullshit. All I'm saying is like they tried to establish through their own bullshit pop references their own time travel like theory.
Okay, so for
All I'm
people who are
saying is that,
listening who don't understand anything you just said, explain their time travel. So if I was to go back in time, what would happen in their time traveling theory?
It creates like an alternate
No,
dimension,
all
right?
I'm okay for Captain America specifically.
Mm-hmm.
He took Mjolnir, which was taken from the Dark World. Okay, he had to take Mjolnir back to the Dark World times,
I have another.
and then he also, and that's probably going to lead to Jane Foster being Lady Thor, which I hope happens because
There's a lady Thor.
Yeah.
the Infinity Stone was removed from her at the same time, so it's possible that there's
How
like
did
an
he
overlay.
return the Infinity Stone that Black Widow and Hawkeye got?
The Soul Stone.
Mm-hmm. How do you return that?
They had the stone. He just returned it to Vormir or whatever.
How do you return that stone? You have.
Would you have to do anything to return it?
We don't know.
They never
That's,
said.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
They're-
if anything, we were robbed of a chance to see Captain America go to fucking.
What happened to the
creepy,
stone
cesspit
that
fucking
what
Red
happened to the
Skull?
stone that Loki got when they went back in time and they dropped
No,
it
the
and Loki
Cosmic
picked that
Cube.
up?
The Cosmic
Cosmic
Cube is
Cube,
probably
yes.
going to lead to the Disney series.
Where Loki comes back, right?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. All right, got that one.
That's going to happen. That's
Wait,
definitely
what?
going to happen. It doesn't fucking.
Yeah, Loki. is-
Loki has a
show-
thing?
No, there are obvious plot holes and loopholes. All I'm saying is
Yeah.
that Captain America specifically makes sense to me.
It just does it to me.
The
I-
soul-
I
He
can't.
lived his own quiet private life with Peg, while
Let the other him
himself,
do everything.
Captain America, was doing all the things to get to that
Question.
point.
Question, teacher.
Go ahead.
Nobody realized this was fucking Steve Rogers is sitting walking next to Peggy, walking through everyday life. Because Steve Rogers was a known fucking hero throughout World War II. He was known. He was the face of World War II in this world.
This is
So
Sure.
nobody noticed that Steve Rogers is walking through the goddamn world for 80 years.
Okay, so the difference between say post World War II, late 40s, early 50s, even compared to current day, you're telling me that it's not possible for a woman like Peggy, who's in Shield, to find a remote fucking house or like
And he
piece of
just went
land.
and he just stayed away forever.
The two of them lived a happy life.
Just on a remote
the two
island
of them.
somewhere.
Not a remote island. Maybe Montana or something.
Probably where they
Like
filmed
that.
Lost.
I'm saying that, like, why is it so hard? It's not, I think like the hardest thing to swallow for a lot of fans is that like Captain America, like
Wouldn't
he
do
let
anything.
9/11 happen and like all this shit. And
But
it's
that's
just
his,
like,
that's
no,
his
no, no.
character.
But
he
can't-
wouldn't do
he
that.
can't
but
do that.
He would
He
let it.
would never ever. That's not in him. Is to give up.
He
That
didn't give
that
up. He
They
didn't
built
give
that
up.
up from the first Avenger. They built it up that he is never gonna let
Yeah.
anything.
But
by
he would
him.
ruin
He's
things
I
the
can
by
do
doing
this
it.
all day. I know.
But he would
Yeah,
ruin things
no, I know.
by
He
meddling.
would fuck up the timeline by changing that.
Like, who knows what would happen if he fucked with things?
He knew.
He already fucked with things because Peggy was already married.
To
Peggy
him?
had a
No,
husband.
no.
That was him.
That was him.
So nobody realized that was Steve Rogers.
Nobody knew. The same directors that directed Winter Soldier
Yeah,
did
the
both.
Russo brothers. Yeah.
They did both in Avengers movies.
So nobody knew that was Steve Rogers. That was her husband and all that.
Nope.
How? If
Because we didn't know until after.
If I say Uncle Sam, you know what Uncle Sam looks like. He was Uncle Sam. So everybody knew
You
what
didn't know
Steve
he
Rogers
fucked
looked
Peggy.
like.
She probably didn't bring him to work, but they knew she was married.
They didn't go, dude. They lived.
She still had a job though.
I mean, she don't bring.
She-
It's not bring your husband to work.
And
man.
why didn't she never tell him that when she was in the hospital, when she would keep coming
Because-
in and out of lucidness?
Because he can't show his fucking face because he's Steve fucking Rogers.
No. With her as an old lady, she never said anything about that to him. She never brought that up. She never messed up. She's senile, right? Senile people don't know what they say.
Ah,
So how did she never say
might be why.
we
She
were
wasn't
married
senile.
and all
She
kind
wasn't
of stuff?
senile.
She wasn't going in and out of lucidness.
She wasn't senile. She knew what she was doing. She was in control.
Oh,
That's not explained.
He might have told her not to say anything.
If you could
We're
spend-
going into uncharted territory
If you
that
could
nobody
spend-
has
if you
This is
explained.
part
could
of my
spend the
fanfic.
rest, if my girl
This might be the rest of the
came
episode.
to me and was like, we can live our entire lives, but it has to be in secrecy because I
is
time
true.
traveled, and the rule of time travel is you can't fucking say anything
Even
to
me.
anyone or do anything. Because all these things have already happened, but you and I get to live a life happily ever after because of all these events that have
Him
happened.
going back in time fucks up the timeline already. You could
How?
step on a mosquito or an ant and that can mess up the timeline. We know about the butterfly effect. That's what that is. So any time you go back in time, you're changing something no matter. So he would have to sit in one spot for the rest of his life and never move.
Look, I agree. I get what you're trying to say, and I'm not arguing that. I'm just telling you how it played out. Does that make sense? I'm not
Yeah,
arguing
no.
with you. You wanna
I'm
get
playing
to the-
devil's
you
advocate.
wanna
That's
get-
all I'm
I mean,
doing.
you
No,
definitely
I
could
agree
poke
with you.
tons
It's
of holes.
total bullshit.
Yes.
And I'll even
But
agree
no,
with
that-
people
that's
like,
my
if
whole thing.
Cap
But
saw
hold
9/11
on.
happening, we would have whooped those
The
terrorists.
only
ass,
reason
and it
why I'm
would've
saying
been
this,
over.
the only reason why I'm saying this is because how many people shit on Game of Thrones and let that Avengers Endgame shit go by.
No, I totally agree
and
with
that
you there.
is fucking aggravating.
And what I'm saying is, like, I'm okay with both. Maybe I'm just getting old and soft in my old age. I used to be so much more critical, and now I try to find excuses.
I try
for
not
shit.
to be critical. I
No,
try not to be,
it's
but
funny
I'm playing
because
devil.
everyone that knows me is like, James, you're an asshole, and I'm like, I know. But it's like there are certain things that I go off on, and certain things I'm like, really, like everyone else is pissy about it. Maybe I'm just contrary.
I waited 2 weeks
Maybe
before
I'm
we
just
went to go.
contrary.
No, we waited a week before we went to watch Endgame, and I was expecting this big, like super great.
No, for me, it really comes down to like storytelling and execution and cinematography. Like, Infinity War was 10 times better. It's like Empire and Return of the Jedi. Which one's better? The movie that sets up the climax, or the climax?
You gonna make me
The
cry.
setup is always going to be better.
I'm a
Infinity War
Jedi.
was-
I'm a
was good.
Jedi. I'm Jedi.
Okay,
I was born in '83, so I'm great. It's ingrained in me to like Jedi.
Okay, well that's fine. You like your fucking teddy bears and happy endings, and I like the bad guys winning.
Yum nut, man.
It's fine. That's fine.
Speaking of bad guys ending, I would have loved for that to happen in Game of Thrones. I would have loved for the Ice King to just take over everything, and that's how the show ended.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was really like the like insurmountable, like how the fuck else would it end? To be honest, but
I would have loved to seen that.
Arya killing the Night King was also inevitable.
That
to me.
I loved that episode.
The minute that
Oh,
she
yeah.
had, the minute
It was
that
a
she
great
had,
episode.
no, not even that. The minute, well, no, that the way it was shot. Fuck you, Game of Thrones, for making a dark ass piece of shit. Fucking barely see anything.
But it made sense with the episode.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck you and fuck the episode.
It just made sense.
It's like
I
it's the
didn't
biggest
have a-
episode. It's the biggest episode of the entire fucking season. Once I watched it the second time with my brightness all the way up on my fucking TV,
Well, they
and I could
fixed
actually see what the fuck
they
was
changed
happening.
it after that.
Okay, well, good because
They adjusted
fuck
it. You
them.
can tell.
I had no problems with it.
That
We
was
watched
weird.
it.
All I'm saying
That's
is
weird.
like,
I had no problems
but
with that
Arya
episode.
killing the Night King.
I mean, like the
everybody.
looking, the seeing of the episode.
That's
I had
weird.
no problems with that.
Because
we sat downstairs with the lights on and everything.
Like I
and
told
we
my
had
dad, I was
no
like,
problems.
I
we
could
watching,
not
like-
see a fucking.
I was like, "Are we
thing
watching the
what was
standard
going
def or
on.
something?" He's like, "No, this is high def." I went and turned all the lights off so we could see, and I still was like, "Who's fighting?"
We had
I
no.
get-
I still
issues
loved
with
it, but
at
I-
all.
No,
It was hard
I
to
get
see.
what they were going for, but it was really fucking rough. I appreciated it much more when I turned the brightness up on my TV
They
and I could
could've-
actually see.
And
what the fuck
Eric,
was
I
happening.
got a bone to pick with you, motherfucker.
But Arya
because
fucking stabbing the Night King
speaking
was
of that
badass.
episode, I talked about that, and you shot my goddamn idea down.
What?
When I told you they're sending all those fucking people into those crypts, and those fucking dead people are gonna come alive. And what did you tell me?
I thought-
No, they have to touch them before
I
they
thought
come
they-
alive.
no,
hold on.
I thought they did.
Okay, hold on. Military strategy: sending the only people that can't fucking defend themselves down into the crypts with a bunch of fucking dead people, which are potentially zombies, and you send your cavalry on horseback ahead of your fucking infantry. What the fuck? Like, did you fucking have you ever read anything about?
I saw that
strategic-
happening. I saw the dead people coming
It was
back.
fucking horrible.
It was because they kept harping. People are gonna be in the crypts. People are gonna be in the crypts. They're gonna be in the crypts. Hey,
I thought
you heard
they
about the
had
crypts
to have
downstairs?
touched them in some. I didn't realize they could
I
just
just
bring
thought it was
whatever
fucking
back.
He could just bring them back.
I
He
didn't
did
realize
that
that.
before. He had done it before.
I thought it
Why
was people they had killed.
would you send the Dothraki on horseback with fucking flame swords first?
But it's okay because
Why would you even attack
They
an
had no.
undead
They
army?
had no dragon.
Why
glass.
would you even attack
They had
first?
no dragon glass.
I thought they
Why
all
would
had
you
dragon
attack
glass.
first? Fuck that, not even that.
But there was
Why
like-
not let the undead army that you know is imminent and coming to you, why not let them come to you? Because it's strength in
Yep.
numbers and you need to barricade the fucking kingdom as much as possible.
But there
And
was
why
like-
did we
would
see
you
none of
fucking-
that?
But there was like 100
Why
of
would
them
you
left at the end,
send-
so it was fine.
Shut the fuck up.
There was like
Eric.
80 of them at the end.
Why would you send your cavalry first?
It makes
into
no
the
sense.
enemy? It's the dumbest. And then you see this fire get snubbed out like fucking.
It did
duh.
look fucking cool though.
Whatever, but it's fucking.
It was a cool
stupid.
scene.
It's fucking stupid. Like I'm not even in the military, and I thought it was fucking.
I'm not
Like
even
I
in the
can't imagine
military.
like anyone that's ever been in the military. Like, why would you fucking do that? Like they're probably just like, all right, fuck the show, and they turn it off and like go take a shit or something. Like
I'm
fuck
usually
that
like
stuff. That's so fucking stupid.
like
It
if
doesn't
while
make
I'm
any
watching
fucking
it,
sense.
it doesn't strike me as
There's
like
no logic
stupid.
there whatsoever.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
If it's like 2 days later, I'm like, oh, that didn't make
How
any
did we
sense.
get back on Game of Thrones?
Because I wanted to yell at him about shooting down my idea
Yeah.
of
Okay.
bringing the people
Well,
back.
I
to
didn't
life.
realize that
I'll
was the
say
case.
this. As far as back to Endgame real quick. I'll say Endgame. I'd say like the last hour was fucking amazing. Cap and Mjolnir was fucking just like titty squeezing milk out. It was fucking bitching.
That's how you know
He's
it's
my
good.
favorite character. I had a fucking.
You start
raging
lactating?
boner.
Yeah.
I was lactating out of my.
Oh. My shirt's wet.
All I'm saying was that there were some really good fucking moments. I will also say that the first 2 hours were like painful because like it was like half and half of like, oh, this is a nice scene. Like Tony and his dad and Steve at the base seeing Peg was like, okay, this is kind of nice. This is a really nice moment. And then it was just like, oh, hey, here's Nebula and Gamora, and like I don't give a fuck about
I don't like Nebula.
the Guardians.
Because that's not Nebula's real character.
I
just don't like
I
her.
don't
That's
even
why
fucking-
you don't
I
like
even-
Nebula.
No, it's not even that. No, I don't give a fuck because like I fucking hate the Guardians movies.
Really?
I haven't even seen the second one.
I like those better than I like
they're
Thor's.
pretty fun.
I like those better
the
than I
last
like
Thor
Thor's.
no,
was
no,
good.
Ragnarok is
Ragnarok's
top
cool.
3 for
Well,
me.
it took you 3 to get
No,
Yeah,
there.
the
first
first two
two
didn't
were
feel
shit.
anything like.
Here's the
third.
thing.
Yeah, it took you
Here's
3
the
to
thing.
get there.
No, here's
Like,
the
they
thing.
got him
It
on
took
the
like
third
what,
one.
like 22 movies to get to these 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'd say like half of those movies are fucking dog shit. Half of the Marvel
Dark
MCU.
World was terrible.
No, both of the first 2 Thor movies. Okay, here's the thing. The first Iron
My
Man.
favorite Marvel movie is Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I
Same.
like Winter Soldier.
Same.
That's probably
Here's the thing.
top
Okay, so
for
here's
me.
the deal. It's like the first Iron Man, the first Captain America, Winter Soldier, Ragnarok,
Those are the good ones.
Infinity War. I'll throw Black Panther in there. I'll throw Spider-Man Homecoming in there. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Because
because Michael Keaton. I mean,
Both
I will kill
both
that.
Iron Man sequels are fucking trash. The first 2 Thors are fucking trash. Fucking, I don't give a
hate-
fuck about the 2 Guardians movies. They're both
hate-
fucking trash.
hate the second Iron Man movie. I cannot stand that movie.
It's not great.
It is trash.
The first one's the only good one.
Fire of trash.
So what else we got? Civil War was fucking garbage because it wasn't a Captain America movie. It
I
was
like
just
Civil War.
Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it.
It was just set up for Infinity
It was-
War,
you
which
know
was
what
the
it was,
stupidest fucking plot line of the entire fucking film, by the way. Infinity War, my biggest problem was the Wakanda fucking horde fight and the entire fucking Scarlet Witch and Vision plot because it was fucking stupid and they shouldn't have even existed.
I don't know why they did the Scarlet Witch and Vision. I don't
It was
understand
fucking
that.
dumb.
I
It
don't
was
know why
fucking
they did
dumb.
that.
Yeah,
I
Vision
don't
got
Which-
taken out
Which,
immediately.
by the way, Age of Ultron also fucking garbage. And
Oh,
even,
yeah.
Even the first Avengers movie was like it was fun, but not necessary. So it's just like if you look at the Marvel movies that are actually worth a shit, out of the 20 plus that they made, there's maybe 10 that are worth a shit.
Yeah, but they were telling a story, so you're gonna have your.
Ah, no, see, fuck that.
No,
Fuck
it's
that.
just like a
Fuck that.
book, though.
No,
It's just like a book.
no,
when
no,
you
no,
read
no,
the
no.
book, there's some chapters where you just
No,
like,
you
"Woo,
can. No,
that was hard to get through.
No, see, here's the thing. Like, it's like reading comics. You can read a mainstream big event comic and not read all the fucking tie-ins that happen.
Well, you didn't have to watch
I mean,
those
you could
movies.
skip
But that's what I'm saying. But people did, and they were like, "Dude, I fucking." I'm just like,
And some
those
people
movies-
read those comics,
movies
too.
were fucking
You could skip the Kimberly comics, you know?
And people read those comics too.
It's just I'm a realist. Like I appreciate some of the Marvel universe, but I'd say like over half of it is probably garbage.
Not
for the
worth
most
watching.
part. And so for all this tie-in shit, like Infinity War was really fucking well done. It ended on a downer. It was like The Empire
Oh, I
Strikes
love
Back, and
that
I
movie.
fucking loved Infinity War. It was fucking
Mhm.
I love
great.
the second
Everyone
time
fucking died.
listening to the silence in the theater.
It was fucking
as
Yeah.
the shit goes down. You're
Dude,
like,
they killed my
just
guy
you wait.
first. Like my
Yeah.
guy is like I wanted. Okay, also back to Endgame. I wanted Winter Soldier to be Cap so fucking bad because they've been setting that up since the get go. And then in
With
the
him
very
losing the
fucking
shield and
end,
all
and he
that.
gives it to fucking Falcon.
Was
Like,
there a
oh hey,
reason for that?
like
Just-
fuck the
they've
guy.
both been Captain America.
Fuck
so.
whatever. One guy
They-
was like
They
one
did
guy
keep
is
showing
like,
like all the stills of him holding the shield.
Mhm.
They're like,
It's just like-
nah,
It's
gotcha,
like, yeah.
gotcha.
No, like, oh, fuck the guy I've known for 80 fucking years. How about this black guy I've known for 10 instead? Like, here's appropriation, Disney. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. Like, and I'm happy. Like, people are going to get a black Captain America, and I'm happy for them, and I think that's
They're
great.
gonna get a black Captain America in a TV show.
On Disney.
Huh?
On the
A
Disney Plus
stream-
channel.
Hey,
They're-
man,
that
you know,
don't count, bro.
And Winter
That
Soldier's
don't count
gonna,
for me. 'cause
Winter
ain't nobody
Soldier-
watching that shit.
Winter
What's the name of
Soldier's going to
TV?
be in it, and I'll be fucking pissed.
Ain't nobody watching that shit. Ain't nobody gonna watch
That's
that
not true,
shit.
though. People will, though. Kids will be watching
What's
that
coming
shit.
to TV?
It's
It-
not
it-
it's that
it
new
bothers-
Disney streaming channel.
Oh, like
It
the
bothers
Netflix
me
thing?
because I fucking love Ed Brubaker and I fucking love his run in Captain America. I read the entire.
You know, he
fucking
said he wants to
thing
play
month
Riddler.
month.
He wants to be the Riddler.
Who?
Sebastian, whatever his name is.
Oh.
Winter Soldier.
Sebastian Shaw?
Yeah, he wants to be
A
Riddler.
Riddler?
He said he wants to play the Riddler.
I would fucking love that.
Be a
Right?
buff Riddler.
But they just cast fucking Robert Pattinson as fucking Batman.
I don't care about that.
I
As a
don't either.
Batman fan, I do not care.
I don't.
I watched
either.
Christian Bale's skinny, fucking bony, 5'8"
Hey,
ass.
hold
be Bat-
up.
Don't even
hold-
talk about me
no,
about
no,
Batman.
You know what?
Because Michael
I'm
Keaton
I'm
is
gonna
fucking
go
Batman.
get. No, he's not. No,
He's
he's not.
fucking Batman. Michael Keaton is Batman and will always be Batman.
He was a Batman. He will not be.
He is the Batman. The Batman.
You like George Clooney too?
No.
Oh.
No.
Hey, you get
That's
out-
why I said Michael Keaton is the Batman.
Hey, send Esme up here. We're gonna be saying that.
What?
Fucking George Clooney. Fucking Val Kilmer's the best of all time.
God, no. Nobody's watching Val. I've never watched that since the first time I saw it.
I remember being excited just because it was Batman, and I was like, even excited as I was like, this kind of shit.
No
I mean,
way.
we paid to get in here.
We ain't watch. I ain't watching now.
I'm
no.
sorry, Dad, for making you watch this.
I did not like Christian Bale as Batman.
I liked him.
I did not like the voice ruined it for me.
Well, that was dumb, but
he
like
sounded like he was taking a shit.
that was
every
the first
time he
one
was
to me that
talking.
felt like he was built like he could have actually done it. Like Val Kilmer doesn't. Val Kilmer. Now I'm blanking on his fucking name.
Clooney?
No, the first
Keaton?
one. Keaton doesn't look like he could take on a room full of goons, but Christian Bale was.
Kidding me?
He didn't look like he could fight.
Christian Bale looks like what?
Like he could actually
Are you
do
serious?
some of these
Are
things.
you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Dude,
Yeah.
Bale went from the machinist.
I mean, he was built.
to
Michael Keaton was like a
205 and
normal
too big
built
for the
dude.
suit.
We're not going to agree on this at all.
You thought Michael Keaton
At
looked like he
all.
could fight.
At all. We're not going to agree on that. So I'm not even going to get started. I'm going to get fucking pissed. So I'm not even going to talk
You
about
get
this.
pissed, but I mean, like, I know more about Batman than you do.
No.
So,
Huh?
yeah.
What? Say that again? No, I didn't
Yeah.
hear you. I didn't hear
I
you.
said, you can get pissed, but I know more about Batman than you do.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't care. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I'm just saying, so you can have your opinion, but it's wrong.
It's not wrong. It's my opinion. It's not a fact. I didn't say it was fact. I said it's an opinion.
But you do think he looks like he could be Batman?
I
for
don't
real.
think Christian Bale killed it with me with that stupid fucking voice.
Well,
I cannot get
I mean,
past
that wasn't
that.
his choice.
I cannot. It was
I
his
mean,
choice.
like him physically.
Keep it going. Give me a second.
Well, he didn't decide to do that. I'm sure that was Nolan.
No, because
Okay, here, Christian. What we want you to do when you put the bat mask on, it's like you're trying to take a shit, but you're constipated. So that's how I want you to make
But
your
that's a
Batman
director
voice.
thing, isn't it? That's a director thing.
No, it's not.
It's not like he was like, he did the voice and they're like, okay, whatever you say, Mr. Bale. They had to have like accepted it, right?
Because it's probably the best he could do.
I did like that about the Affleck one, is that they gave him the voice modulator. I don't know why it took so long for that to
I
happen.
like Affleck better.
I was like, why didn't they
than
just do
Bale.
that on all of them? Like, why is...
I like Affleck better than I like Bale. I did. He just felt like
I liked
a
his too.
Bruce Wayne to me.
I liked his in ways. I didn't like the movie so much, but I liked
No.
him in ways.
No. Him in a solo movie would have been cool. Because the beginning of him like on that rooftop with the paratrooper or whatever, that was a pretty cool ass
That
scene.
fucking fight was like... I still love that fight in Batman vs. Superman. That one fight was like the part I liked.
with them two fighting?
With him, no. But with him in like that room full of dudes where he's just beating the shit out
Oh,
of
when
him.
he was trying to save his
It felt
mother.
like
Yeah.
Arkham to me. It felt like
Yeah.
just Batman,
I
not,
like
not super
I didn't
techie.
have a problem with
just
Affleck
beating the
as
shit out of
Batman
him.
at all. Yeah.
loved Affleck.
I liked Affleck as Batman.
So you're
He
saying
was-
the new one, the Robert Pattinson. How do you feel about that one?
I don't care.
It doesn't bother me
I was
either.
totally fine with it.
I don't
doesn't
care.
bother me.
Yeah, it doesn't
I mean, I
bother
knew
me.
He's
I
old
knew
enough.
once they said it, they were like, "Oh, Twilight's gonna
Because
be
what
it."
they gonna do? They gonna put his ass in the gym,
Hey, you
and they
know
gonna
what?
make him get bigger.
Hey man, you know what? People
bitched about Keaton.
not even that. You remember when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker, and people just lost their goddamn minds? Like,
That was-
how are you
yeah.
gonna cast a fucking Brokeback Mountain?
He
I'm
motherfucker
not even
as a
gonna say
Joker?
it.
He killed
I'm
him.
not
And
even
I was
gonna
just
say it.
like, man won an Oscar, so like, kiss my fucking ass.
But I mean,
you know what
I haven't seen many of Pattinson movies, but I've heard he's good in other shit. I mean, he's been in more shit than
all I'm saying is
Twilight.
back to Keaton real quick. For you, does Batman kill?
In a real world, Batman would kill the shit out of people.
If he had to, I would imagine.
Batman would kill the shit out of people. Like that's not even an
Okay,
issue for me.
so you're okay.
Whether
with
the
that.
producer or the director wants Batman to kill or not does not affect me at all.
All I'm saying is like, as far as like the most true Batman to
the
the
ethos
comics,
of Batman is he does not kill.
and so what I'm saying is like, as far as like the closest Batman to the comics, Bale wins it, bar none. But as far as like on-screen Batman, having that like filter tossed out the window, and
there's
just being like a
very
Batman on screen. If that's the case, I would take Affleck over fucking Keaton. If Batman's gonna kill people, I would take Affleck.
That
over
was
Keaton.
surprising to me, but I still enjoyed it. I was like, okay, I mean,
I
that's
didn't
what
like
happened.
a lot about Nolan's Batman. I didn't like the Batmobile. I thought that was
The
trash.
Tumbler.
I didn't like that. That's not the
He tried to-
Batmobile is sleek.
He tried to
It's
ground
smooth,
everything.
I
it's
liked it.
fast.
Nah.
It's not. It doesn't fucking jump over hills and shit. It's not.
I
don't-
appreciated like the
I didn't like
real
that.
borderline surreal.
I didn't like
effect of,
Bane. Bane was, I'm going to
I didn't
kill
like
you,
Bane.
Batman. I
I
didn't
Bane.
like that.
The fight in the sewer was fucking
I did
awesome.
like Lucius Fox. That was an awesome part
That was
of the
good.
movie. Because they actually used it and showed how he could. I liked it when they built the bat cave. I liked that part. That was pretty cool and Nolan shit. But I mean, it just didn't.
Well,
it didn't have that.
I liked Bane, but I think
I don't know.
I think it's another thing of they should have made that
I
last
think
movie
Dark
2
Knight
movies.
is my favorite comic book movie out of all.
I did
of them.
love.
I didn't like that they killed Two-Face for no fucking apparent reason when they could have used him as the next bad guy in the next fucking movie. Which
He was the main character.
in the second one.
pretty
yeah.
much. I mean,
The Joker?
I think it hinged on the story.
No,
The story
he
kind of
was-
hinged on
It
on
really
Harvey.
did. He was the
Because
centerpiece.
he was the white. Yes, they needed the. Yes.
He was the centerpiece.
They
and
were
it
both
was like
trying
the
to
battle
fuck
for
him,
the soul of Gotham was
pull him.
Harvey Dent.
I think
Like-
that was stupid. That in the scene that Joker shows up in the hospital and Harvey doesn't know that that's Joker until he pulls off the fucking mask. He's like, "Oh my god, it's you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" Like that.
Okay,
just,
so
It was hilarious.
That's kinda clownish.
So like
I
that-
love that. Like,
that you can't believe, but yet you're okay with all of the bullshit clowniness of like Tim Burton's. first
because
two
it was
fucking
all
movies.
that way.
No,
See,
it
if you're gonna
wasn't.
go one way, you
No,
go it all.
the first movie was much better than the second one.
I
as
didn't
far
say
as
I liked
that
the
goes.
second one. I
Batman
like
Re-
the first one.
I love Batman Returns, but it's nowhere near.
I like the first one. The Batman
But
'89
as
is
far-
just Batman to me.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
the irony is, it's
You
like
wanna go nuts?
Tim
Let's get
Burton.
nuts.
Tim Burton had never read a fucking comic book in his fucking life, and it fucking shows.
what was the name of the guy who did the other two?
Look, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna be 100%
Joel Schumacher.
honest.
Yeah.
Tim Burton still produced Batman Forever.
If a motherfucker came up to me and was like, "Hey, bro, I want you to make a Lobo movie. You ever read a Lobo comic before? Hell nah. You want to make this movie? Hell yeah. I'm making the fucking movie. I'm not turning shit down. I don't get why he should turn something down because he hasn't read a comic book. It's not. It's,
I love no. See, I think you're misreading what I'm saying. Is that I love Batman '89. I'm just saying that as far as Batman goes, it's not Batman.
I like that Joker better than Heath Ledger's too.
What?
He was more to the
no.
Joker.
Well, they were different, but there's
He
different
was more to the
iterations.
Joker
Right?
No,
character.
they
He
were-
was clowny. He was
They were
silly.
they
He
were-
had silly
no,
weapons.
I agree.
He had-
I love Nicholson Joker. I have no problem with people saying that they prefer. It's more of like classic versus modern, because for me it's like classic Joker.
I don't-
Nicholson nailed it, and the only like
I don't
you
know
don't
who
you don't
Heath
you don't
Ledger.
want-
I don't know who Heath Ledger's Joker reminds me of. I don't know if it's like a Hush character to me or like
a Hush character.
I don't know what. It doesn't remind
It's not
me
a
of a
Hush
Joker.
character.
Was
It
there ever a
doesn't remind
Joker
me
that
of a
was
Joker.
like him?
I
Because I know
guess.
there's like my other buddy who's real in the comics. When the Leto one came out, and I was like, I didn't like him. He's like,
Fucking terrible.
he's like, but there was one like that was like a businessman, kind of like mob dude, and he was just like that. I was like, I mean, I guess there's a bunch of versions of him,
No,
but
and that's
I
the
didn't
thing,
like
it's just
that
like,
one.
There's no definitive version of
Of
Batman
anything.
or the Joker.
Yeah.
So it's just like I appreciate both, but as far as like what I hold dear,
What you prefer?
I love Nicholson. I will always love Nicholson. I love.
I mean, the
Batman
dude got
89.
fucking plastic surgery on his face
All I'm
to
saying is
be the Joker.
who?
Nicholson.
What do you
Yes.
mean?
That's why if you watch his movies, he still has those goddamn Joker laugh lines because he had plastic surgery.
Wait, what? Really? I've never heard this before. I know there's prosthesis or prosthetics.
Dude,
I've
telling
never
you.
heard he got
I'm telling
anything
you.
done for real.
I'm telling you.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you.
That really happened.
Yes.
That wasn't on the Onion. I
Look,
fucking
either
saw
way-
it.
Just like you died in my goddamn Crip shit. There you go. Shut
I've
up.
never
All
heard
I'm
this
saying
before.
is that like
Holy shit.
even in comics, like there's different versions, there's different writers and artists and all this shit.
Mhm.
It's like with movies, it's no different. I love Keaton Batman. I love Keaton Batman, but you don't like Bale Batman, and I get it. And if it's the voice, I understand that. I'll say this though:
I
in
just
my-
feel like he was too small. He doesn't feel like he could
I-
beat anybody up to
he
me.
could whoop Keaton's ass.
But Keaton just looked like a normal dude.
He could whoop
And
Keaton's
Batman
ass.
at least needs to be like built.
I mean, like
like,
you
strong
take Keaton
looking.
in his prime and his best, and you take Bale in his prime and his best. Bale would fucking murder Keaton.
But I liked Keaton in his ways. Like I like Michael Keaton a lot. But he
All
doesn't
I'm-
look like somebody who
I'm
could
saying-
fucking pummel people.
I'd
Just
like
looking
that.
at him.
But right now he's out there, and I gotta go to work. No, I'm all about it. I love Keaton Batman. I fucking love Keaton Batman. But I also love fucking glass talking. Like, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Like the
It doesn't bother
constipated-
me.
the
It doesn't bother
I
me.
didn't even
voice.
think about it until they started making fun of it. I was like, oh yeah, I guess so.
No.
It's kinda
Well,
weird.
it's the whole glass in the throat. Like that's
No,
that's a
I
straight-
bought the first one on DVD. I'm not even gonna front like I
love-
didn't
dude,
like
Begins-
it. I liked the movie. I
Begins
just
is great.
didn't. It
I'll s-
didn't grasp me.
Sure.
It didn't go. Oh,
Begins
shit.
was great. It was a nice like
Yeah.
step up to like, oh, by the way, here's the greatest comic movie ever made. Because Dark Knight was fucking just. I would take Dark Knight.
I
over
don't know why they
Infinity
didn't just
War.
do the modulator thing.
I-
All other
Which
movies.
is great.
Why didn't
I
they
really
just do
like,
that?
I really
Oh, yeah.
like that they
That's
did
That's
that.
so simple.
That
when-
was the next step.
like when they did
that
that.
was the next step.
thank
And
you.
I love Ben Affleck as fucking Batman.
Yeah.
I fucking love the theatrical cut of fucking Dawn of Justice, let alone the fucking the director's cut on
I would
fucking
love
Blu-ray.
to see Snyder's cut of that.
Hey James,
Oh my god.
do you bleed?
Do you bleed?
Do you bleed?
Tell me. Do you bleed?
I'm not gonna answer that
Once
question.
a month.
I knew you guys. I said I'm not gonna answer that question, and you just had no.
Oh,
high
yeah?
five. No.
Up
high
high?
five. No.
Well, actually, I'm on an IUD, so like only
I'm
months.
not gonna. We're not
deep.
going there.
Getting deep.
I made none of those jokes, lady audience.
He
I
did
made
high
none.
five me
I,
softly.
You heard
though.
no high five.
Well, that's why you didn't hear it.
Me and Eric touch tips.
You got kitty softballs.
we touch tips.
softly.
Yeah, we docked. Me and Eric docked. Hey Eric, do you like turtlenecks?
Fucking lever.
We can edit around this. That's fine.
Oh, this is good. This like
is gold.
50-minute episode is gonna be like 20.
You wanna know how I got? You wanna know how I got this rash?
You know how that
But anyway, what else are we gonna talk? Oh, we done wasted a bunch of time talking about this. We didn't even get to talk about the sorry-ass Rockets.
Oh man.
I've been waiting for this.
I don't want
Okay.
to. I done already sweated like 10 pounds already.
So I like the Tim Burton Rockets more than I like the Keaton Rockets.
Okay, so here's the
More
thing.
than I like the Nolan Rockets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think that I like D'Antoni. Steve Nash is my favorite ball player of all time. So for me, big fan of
It's an interesting
D'Antoni.
choice.
I'll say this: that the time has run its course, and that clearly our kryptonite is the team that we need to beat if we're going to be a championship team, which is the Warriors. I think it would be
I
poetic.
still believe
Mark
and,
Jackson.
and I don't. Yes, I'll agree.
We
with that.
need to can D'Antoni and hire Mark Jackson, and it would just be so fucking poetic. That
But it
the
goes
guy
back
that
to
built
what,
that fucking team
what I said the day that I found out
beats that fucking team.
that they got Chris Paul. Was
He's overpaid.
Not even. Pay him what he want.
No,
because that's what he worth.
No, 34 a year for Chris
But
Paul
hold
is
on.
too much.
We already knew
That's too
Chris
much.
Paul is injury prone.
It's too much.
So why did we bring Chris Paul here? And he did exactly what I knew he was going to do. Get hurt at a critical point in time. We had him.
He did last year.
I know. We had him. We had him. We would have beat the Warriors last year. I am telling you.
I agree.
And he got hurt.
Yep.
And it was all on James Harden once again. And we already know
It's
how
the
that
ISO.
book ends. I can't. Look, Rockets fan since the day I was born.
Same.
I cannot stand to watch these motherfuckers play.
I
It is the worst basketball I
You know
have
what?
ever watched
It's
in
not
my
the
life.
worst basketball, but I will agree with you with the fact that we got Harden, and since then, even with this year, at the beginning of this year, me and my buddy Ryan that I live with, we were saying within the first 15, 20 games how we're tired of the ISO.
The
'Cause it's
ISO
just not
kills it.
working. It's not fucking working.
No.
And even when it is working, everyone else goes fucking
Just
cold.
standing there. Nobody moving.
Everyone
Nobody's
else,
in
nobody's
motion.
and then you give now even you take KD out of the picture. Now the
Still
Warriors
can't do
they're
that.
back to what they're fucking were
Moving the
before,
ball around.
when they're just running around all the fucking court, fucking
That
passing the
goddamn
ball to
Curry
each other,
move
hitting
around like
threes
somebody
and
trying
shit.
to kill his ass.
I fucking hate it. It's
Man.
fucking awful.
He
So
move
we're
around like
at this
somebody
point,
trying to shoot him.
The ISO kills us, but ironically, Harden had the best season of his fucking life. Like
I
if
mean,
he doesn't
okay.
win back-to-back MVP, it's a sham because he fucking absolutely deserves it. But I will say that it needs to go away.
If we
It
playing
needs to
5
fucking
on
go away.
5 and I give you the ball every time, you gonna get a lot of goddamn points. That's
Well,
just,
no.
if you run
hold on.
isolation every goddamn play,
but
and you get to the line 15, 20 times a game.
This isn't some Kobe Bryant shit where he just like shoots 50 times a game and fucking makes 30
No, I'm saying
points.
the free throw line. I'm talking about free throws. He gets a shit ton of free throws.
He gets it.
So
He gets
of course
it.
your
He gets
average
it.
is going to be high.
And it dropped in the
I'm not
playoffs.
saying he doesn't deserve the MVP. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is when you get to playoff basketball, you can't play that same regular season bullshit ISO
No,
shit.
you got to buckle down the hatches.
Yes. And you also cannot shorten your bench to 8 fucking players.
I agree. That's why I'm saying that D'Antoni's got to go.
D'Antoni got it. You've been playing house all season. You've been playing for Reed all season. You've been playing freaking Nene all season. But you wait. You play him one game here, don't play in the next game. You play for Reed instead of Nene.
I'll say this. I don't trust fucking House for shit. He's a good defender. He is a fucking trash shooter.
Yes. But
In the
what do
playoffs-
you need? What do we need?
And the playoffs,
What do we need?
defensive rebounds.
We need defense, period.
not even
we need
defense.
somebody-
Defensive rebounds.
We need somebody to chase Steph Curry around the court. And House, you get on the goddamn court and you chase him. I don't care where he go, you go. And that's the problem. Because Steph Curry moves on rotations and picks and all this, and nobody's there. Iguodala, how many goddamn open shots did Iguodala have in this goddamn series?
Oh my god.
You see what I'm
No,
saying?
I know. And you know what? PJ played
No
a great,
rotation on defense.
PJ played a good series and
And it was for nothing.
Harden
And it was
had-
for
yeah,
nothing.
It was disappointing. Like, you know what? I really thought like we beat them 3 out of 4 times in the regular season, and then we get to the playoffs and we fucking shit the bed.
And I don't want to
it's
hear,
just
oh, the
disappointing.
refs gave him the first game. Don't rely on the refs.
No,
Don't rely on the refs.
We could have still won that game if we had knocked down shots in the fourth quarter. I'm not one of those types to like put it on the refs because I don't like doing that. And the bottom line is that even though you can say that, if you really want to be just a fucking homer and be a sour ass piece of shit, you can always fucking say that shit for any fucking game.
Yeah.
But for the bottom line, we had opportunities to win that fucking game outright, and
And
we
they just
still
lost
fucking
it.
pissed it
And
away.
they just lost it.
So I'm not gonna be one of those guys.
Yeah,
I will say that I'm ready for a fucking change though, and I swear to fucking God, if we fire D'Antoni
Better get
and
Mark Jackson.
hire Mark fucking Jackson,
Better get Mark.
and we go
Who
beat the fucking team
better
that he fucking built, this is the goddamn
And that's another
prophecy.
thing I don't like about the goddamn Warriors
Fuck
when they
Steve
talk
Kerr.
about him is
Fuck
they don't
Steve
give
Kerr.
Mark Jackson his credit.
He built that fucking
Thank
team.
you.
Fuck Steve Kerr.
Thank
Fuck Steve
you.
Kerr.
He gets that
God,
credit
fuck
for
him
that
on the
shit like
Bulls.
he
Fuck
did
him on the
something.
fucking. Fuck him on the Spurs.
All
Fuck
them
him when he was like
all
fucking
them championship
with
teams.
Steve
he
Nash
got
over when he was
on.
general manager of the fucking Suns and hiring fucking Shaq to be the slowest motherfucker on the fastest running fucking team of the fucking West. You fucking piece of shit. You dumbass motherfucker. Sabotaging
work.
us for the fucking
My
Spurs.
daughter's not in here. Save it, okay? Save all the F's.
Fuck you, Eric.
I just think that Clint Capella's a pretty good power forward.
He is not a power forward. Put your goddamn
He's-
phone
he's
down.
Clint Capella's
And, like,
a fucking bottom.
I would say that Gerald Green's been doing pretty good as a small forward.
Oh.
Eric, if you don't get
He's
off of
looking at his
Google,
fucking phone.
if you don't get off Google,
Eric don't know shit about basketball.
yeah,
You know what's funny about Gerald
Iman
Green
Shumpert,
is that
is he Tupac?
if you give him the ball and there's 2 people guarding him, he will knock down the 3, no fucking problem.
Wide
If you
open,
give
he
him
ain't
a wide
shit.
fucking open 3 with nobody on him, that shit's going rim out.
He ain't
Fucking
nothing.
he ain't
You can
shit.
probably watch me with.
I don't.
Watch me, Nene. He's
Can
a
we
power-
do
power
another?
forward.
I don't know what.
I just.
I don't know how they gonna beat him.
the
Probably
Warriors-
Kenneth Ferry because he's a pretty good.
It's
power
all.
forward.
It's purely psychology at this point, and I think if
I
we
believe
get,
that too.
I think if we get Mark Jackson, I think we can make that happen.
Because who better to beat him than the guy who built him?
Yeah.
Probably Chris.
And I swear to God,
Chiozza.
if they go up,
Point
it's like,
guard.
oh shit,
So
we're going up
so-
against the guy who built us.
So is Durant leaving or is Durant staying?
I hope he leaves. I hope he has some.
Well,
sort of
a lot of
dignity.
people in the NBA fans hope he leave to good Golden State. I mean, New York has the money. If he wants to get paid, he's going to New York. Now, if he wants to win, he's staying right where he's at. That'll tell you everything you need to know about Kevin Durant. What he
For
does
all we
in this
know, he
offseason.
could go to LA and join Kawhi and LeBron.
I don't think LA has enough to pay Kawhi and Durant.
They don't need Durant.
That's what I'm saying.
They need
I don't-
Kawhi.
I think
Kawhi, I think the best
no.
players
What
in the
I believe
game,
is going to happen is Kyrie's going to go to LA.
I think it's as far as like
Kyrie's
like,
going to go to
end
LA,
end,
and then they're
end
going
to
to
end. I think it's Kawhi, LeBron, and then it's just a matter of like I think Durant is just undefendable.
So you don't think Kawhi's having fun in Toronto this year? I'm asking the real question. Like, I'm not being.
I think he's pure
Facetious.
business.
I think it's just business.
Here's the thing, the game tonight, which I don't even know what it ended up. If Toronto wins, if Toronto makes the finals, he might stay. If Toronto loses tonight, and then they fucking lose in 7, or they lose in 6,
It is 38-37 right now in the second quarter.
that's too close to fucking tell. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I don't know if the Bucks have it.
Here's the thing. I'll say this. I think as far as matching up with the Warriors, I think Toronto has the best chance to beat them
Yeah.
because they're a better shooting team.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors can run fucking circles around the Bucks. They're a big fucking team. They pound it inside. They settle for those 20-foot jumpers and in, and they play off the glass.
And Draymond.
The
gonna get on
Warriors
your
don't
nerves.
fucking care about any of that shit. The Warriors will fucking destroy them by 3-point attempts. You leave them open, they're gonna
And they
get swept.
drain them.
Dude, if the Bucks win this series, they're gonna get fucking swept in the finals.
Without Durant. That's what's bad.
Without
That's
Durant,
what I'm saying. That's terrible.
Fuck!
That's
I
bad.
fucking hate the NBA right now. It's fucking garbage.
I hate
Yeah.
Golden
that's
State.
like giving the Bulls with Michael Jordan. Like, oh, by the way, here's fucking Kevin Durant.
Here's
like,
Larry
you
Bird.
fucking
Here's
dickhead.
Here's Larry
Yeah.
Bird.
Fuck the NBA.
The Bulls with
right
Larry
now.
Bird.
It's just fuck.
It's not fun to watch.
God,
dog.
it's not. And like the Rockets are
I'll
like
tell you straight up, I haven't
like-
watched the game since the Rockets lost.
me same.
I haven't watched it.
Same.
It's not fun to watch.
Hey, neither have I.
Because who
I haven't
fucking
watched it.
cares?
You guys,
Fuck you.
guys, I haven't watched.
No,
I haven't
man, I
watched it
suffer
since-
all fucking season
before
long,
that.
and then like I fucking lose like years of my life in the playoffs, and then we fucking get
That's why I don't watch
we
until the
fucking lose in
playoffs.
6
I
to
watch.
the Warriors, and it's just
I
like
watch maybe 20 games during the season,
it's just fucking.
and then if they
pisses
make
me
the
off.
playoffs, I'll watch every playoff game, and then I'm done. Dog. I don't have like baseball. I'm not watching no 162 games. Are you fucking out of your mind?
I love baseball.
I'm not that much. That's 162 days.
It's nice though.
It's not.
It's nice.
Well, baseball's different because it's about the.
It's
ebb and
boring. I know. It's boring.
No. I mean,
it's totally different.
Sure,
Yeah.
it's boring, but it's also just.
Oh,
Like,
going to the game, fun as hell. One of the best times you can have
I can agree
out
with that.
on
I like
a
watching it live.
weeknight. On a weeknight, you really can't find nothing better than the Astros game here in Houston. The crowd be live, especially when it's somebody like the Angels or the Rangers or the Yankees or something.
I'm going to the game on Sunday.
That's awesome. But just to sit here and watch this shit on TV
I like
for
it.
162 times?
Well, it's just like you know.
Nah, bro. Sometimes they play twice on the same day.
That I love doubleheaders.
No.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I love doubleheaders.
That's two
All
things
I'm
I
saying
don't
is
watch.
just like, what the fuck else are you gonna watch, man?
I watch a bunch of TV shows
Almost
that are
everything.
really entertaining.
I don't watch
Because
a lot of
sports to
TV.
me, if it would disappear, it wouldn't change the world not one fucking bit.
Oh my god, it would for me.
It would. I mean, why do we pay these dudes $100 million
We
to
need to
play
watch somebody
goddamn
fight or
games the kids
something.
play outside?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
It
saying the
doesn't
fact
make
that,
sense. And people
you know,
take this shit way too. Oh God, I can't believe we won. We won. You didn't win shit. They won the championship. You didn't do
Hey
shit.
man, I'll say fuck that. No man, like
We didn't win shit. The Rockets won. The Rockets lost.
well, the
we
Rockets,
didn't lose.
Rockets haven't won shit.
We didn't lose.
All I'm saying is that
they
like,
lost.
Hey man, I lost damn near everything I owned during Harvey, and for the Astros to win it all that year,
It was
meant a lot to
spectacular
fucking
for the city.
me.
Yes.
It meant a lot to fucking me. So it was really nice. And for someone who had been watching them the entire season up until that point, it meant a lot to us. So you can say what you want. Yeah, we didn't win shit,
We didn't.
but we won.
I didn't swing not one bat that season. How many strikes did you take?
I took a lot. I took a lot on the chin that year. Harvey
We're not talking about your personal life.
Harvey damn near fucking killed me. So, like I said, that's just like, you know what? That's all sports is about, though. It's just like, it's like I like the camaraderie and like
we could put some of that money
the
into a lot of
hometown
other stuff though.
Sure,
that these players
but
get
you know
paid.
what? At the same time, they put a lot of that money into other stuff too.
And they get it all back because it's charity. It's write-offs.
I mean, okay,
I mean, so it does it really count?
I don't understand. Like, so you're pissed that they're putting
No,
it?
I'm not pissed. I'm just saying. We give these dudes money for nothing. We don't pay teachers and doctors that much.
Oh, I
Who
don't.
are the people that taught them how to play that game?
Oh man, you don't have to fucking talk to me about fucking the educational system. Like that's
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 what
a
I'm
whole
saying,
different
dude.
fucking level.
Right.
You want to bitch about fucking professional sports and talk about fucking the educational system? That's two completely different conversations.
I said doctors too. I said
I
doctors
will say,
too.
Oh,
I
no,
saw
no,
my,
no, I'm saying fuck
I saw Esme
doctors.
teachers
They get
today.
paid way too goddamn much because they're on the fucking insurance racket. So
And they
fuck
do
them.
love pharmaceuticals.
No,
They
so
do.
Fuck them.
They do.
No, they're in on the cut as far as I'm concerned. They're on the
Legalize
heist.
it. That's all I'm saying is legalize it.
I hope they do, because I fucking have stock in legalizing marijuana. So I hope
There
that
you go.
fucking happens.
I will say I saw Esme's teacher dealing with some shit today. They do not get paid.
And you just looked at him and went, man, they should pay her.
They
a
do
lot
not get
more.
paid enough. I think
I'm good. I'm good. Like, yeah, they should pay him a lot
it
more.
was a mess today. I was like,
So this probably should be the end. We've been going for like an hour and a half. So, yeah. So I guess we'll call this the end, huh?
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more to say. I've been sweating my ass off this whole damn time.
You've been running hot.
I've been running on hot, God damn it. I ain't even a whole hour. I ain't even drunk a beer. That just tell you how in tune to this
And did you
episode
like
I was.
all the points that I had about the Rockets?
They were really
Remember
spectacular.
those 3 to 4 people I knew?
Yeah, that you looked up on Google.
That's
was
not
awesome.
true. That's not on the audio, so I don't even know why you bring that up.
But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this weird and crazy episode of yelling and screaming.
It was a passionate
I'm
episode.
looking at the at the wavelengths of the damn episode, and there's a lot of yelling in this episode.
There's a little
So
bit.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing here. I hope y'all enjoyed it anyway.
I
We'll
don't know,
check y'all later.
There was very little downtime.
Very little. Besides,
Was there any
when your
downtime?
daughter came in, that was some downtime.
I was telling her to leave. Yeah, that's probably the only
And her
cutting.
getting cussed out. I mean,
Yeah.
Still beer.
that's about it. So anyway, man, y'all keep it up. Y'all check out this episode and look at some of the old episodes. We ain't getting no hits on those. See, I need
Yeah,
to check
look
that
at pedals,
out.
goddamn.
Yeah,
come
listen
on.
to us, goddammit.
Listen to it.
We got it. Come on.
And
This is pretty
comment,
good.
Them.
comment if you agree
We talked
with
about
shit.
3 things today.
Yeah.
It took us an hour.
But this is shit that I'm sure they feel. Some of these people feel very passionate about as well.
Avengers, Endgame, and basketball. Wow.
I cared about
All
2 of those.
Oh, and Batman. Let's not forget Batman.
3 of
And
those.
Batman.
There you go. All right. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming on, James.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, James.
No, thanks for having me.
This is passionate. It got me all
Spiced it
passionate.
up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next time.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. I can't wait to listen to this over again. I'll be like, oh my God, dude, I was way too into that one. Anyway, y'all have a good day, night. See you later. Same bad time, same YouTube channel. Later.
See you later.
Peace.